stream, Regain handled business versus Villainous. 13-10, 13-3, but it looks like the knife round is just about to start, so we're going to follow out Festina Lente from the CT side here. Have themselves a happy little knife round. We got ourselves a nice sky cam. Helps us to see the whole knife round, because sometimes it can be really difficult to see everything going on during these knife rounds. Much less cast it. Everyone standing at the line of scrimmage. No one wanting to go first. It does seem a little bit of aggression coming out of raisedbypixels on this T side. But Festina Lente are trying to tempt them into something. And here it comes. Street Cup opening things up. Michael Vegas. Gamble. Not going to be enough as Flacco doubles for the knife round, and raisedbypixels will get their choice of side. They will elect for CT, and I will see you in the server. All right, Festina Lente on the T side, raisedbypixels on the CT side. Map number 3. It's been an exciting series so far. Some very deep map runs. Hopefully we ended on just as good of a note. A lot of players up mid for Festina Lente early on. They're not going to actually encounter anybody. There's 3 players on A for raisedbypixels, and it's just a pretty standard defend the sites kind of play for raisedbypixels. So, with the smoke and a connector, Festina Lente get to take over this B bomb site. Not for free, I should add. Michael through the smoke with a headshot, and Flacco adds his own to the feed. Maxwell with the trade, but the raisedbypixel players are starting to filter on in. A head lost for Gamble, but Flacco traded out. 2 versus 3. Festina Lente, Fruit Cup smells a rat on the backside of things. Rat on cat. Spot Vegas, but can't quite hit him. The challenge is going to be toward these 2 market players for raisedbypixels. Bomb going to attempt to be planted. Maxwell takes the head off of Michael Leaves Bright and Vegas in the 2 versus 2. One more attempt on the bomb. And this time it will go down, but Vegas gets his due, and a back turn means he gets both. So raisedbypixels will move up in the pistols, but with the bomb down, we should see a force buy out of Festina Lente for the second round. Well, it's going to be just pistols and armor were spot up. Singular rifle for Fruit Cup, and the SMG enough to pave Michael Now it's up to Vegas to look for some trades, and will be denied. So A site taken over by Festina Lente. Bright, though, going to phase this smoke. Be able to steal away a frag or 2 on the other side. Flacco from CT going to flatten Fruit Cup. Quick trade of weapons, but Bright now forced to reload. 2 versus 3 for the CT side to try and stop Festina Lente from stealing back momentum of this one. Not looking good, though. Flacco on 14 HP. And now he doesn't even have the rifle. MP9, as you can see, Festina Lente have already evacuated this site. That bomb's going off. There's nothing Flacco can do about it at this point. Just gotta wait and see if somebody passes him by. But he's not even gonna get that. So, Flacco dives to the bomb as well. The Festina Lente completely pull the wind out of the sails of raisedbypixels. Early start. Raisedbypixels, though, looking to force back in as much as possible, which is not much. The money is pretty dire on the CT side. Fruit Cup going to be lurking over towards A, where there's 3 players that are sneaking up towards Palace. Flacco going to fall back. Fruit Cup, though, not going to detect anything on the A-bomb site, so this fake could get a little bit weird. Oh, he does have some idea that Palace is occupied. Just has to wait, and going to be easy kills onto these slow-moving players. Actually pulls raisedbypixels back a little bit. We can see Attila hedging their bets in window, wondering if maybe this is an A attempt. Leaving Vegas alone to watch B. Good spot, but no kill. Means that players will escape from apartments and onto the B-bomb site. And Gamble's MAC-10 is hungry. Thirsty. He's got 2 for his troubles. Fruit Cup to clean up. Festina Lente take the lead. Round number 4, and it's just pistols. No force buy for raisedbypixels. You have the CZ on Flacco, but other than that, this is just USPs and a dream for the CT side. Festina Lente gonna full execute out onto the A-bomb site, and USPs and dreams proven to be at least enough for a little bit here. Michael Wecky and CT rips through Frizzy, but I mean, with the unarmored players on the CT side, it should just be a mopping up exercise. Gamble sends Vegas to the Shadow Realm. There's Fruit Cup as well. These CT players, one at a time, getting sent back down the ramp, but there's the CZ. Just drive by Gamble. Not enough to convert the round off of, but still looks quite good at the end of the game. Well, this time, well, it's defaulty. I mean, there's no other way to say it. And that nade should have done more damage, but Maxwell manages to escape with just a tenor. Not losing his head from the nade is going to be valuable. There are some M4s on the other side of the server, so this util softening him up going to start to feel a little bit rough. They haven't smoked off connector. Michael Wecky can have full knowledge of anyone moving across Cat, and Attila in position to take advantage. Molotov going to force him back out of position. Festina Lente occupying mid, full control. Just gobbling up this space away from raisedbypixels. Till just scaring them away. Michael Wecky now. Oh, the big jump peek for CK. 1-for-1 trade. Now these 2 players in CT able to tuck back in. Bright, though, falls to the M4 of Maxwell. And a good nade onto Vegas. Stop these CT players from getting involved. Attila dies as well. Oh, blow that smoke away, Vegas. Look at it. It looks like it's on him, but he's just sitting pretty inside of it. 3 versus 2. Bomb plant again for Festina Lente. And it should be a 4th round, so we can already see the save trying to be attempted by raisedbypixels. But with that kill from Vegas, there might be a little bit of curiosity, but it's instantly quenched. Flacco may be interested in some more. $600 earned for the MP7. Maxwell's only on 40 HP. This kill could definitely still happen. Or at the very least, lose that rifle to the bomb. No, he will escape with his life. Oh, maybe not. Oh, dear. Okay, yes, back that away. That is too scary. Now this is going to give Festina Lente another opportunity to snowball some more rounds. A couple of SMGs force bought by raisedbypixels. Pistol on Michael. Fruitcut putting down the execute nades on the A-bomb site. Look at how deep raisedbypixels have gotten. It's definitely not an A hit. This is the B hit. And there's 3 players here to try and defend against it, but they're going to be sidelined one after another. Maxwell and CK each with a kill. Maxwell doubles up, and that's going to be the site taken over by Festina Lente. Bright and Michael now just trying to hold the line, trying to maybe walk away with something more than a pistol or an SMG, but I think they'll be denied it. I don't think Festina Lente are going to go anywhere near market to exit the site. 5-7 though, it's always scary. 48 HP, down to CK, but nade sent his way, and Michael Wecky just gonna run as far away as he can. Will be gifted the AK by CK. Terrorists win. Things looking pretty good though for Festina Lente. This half already starting to roll quite well into their favor. Raisedbypixels with the tack timeout. Will have full rifles available to them, but with Bright holding on to that MP9, it's going to be one player without. So the money is going to be slightly awkward on the raised by... Okay, never mind. Interestingly, no ops on the CT side. They've forced in a few times already, and it's made things really awkward for them, really difficult. Attila going to be mollied out of position, but catches the backs of 2 players for Festina Lente. Nobody looking towards Cat, everyone expecting the Molotov to do the work. It's raisedbypixels taking the man advantage. Not something they've gotten a lot of time to experience, but Bright and Attila going to extend that. CK trades one on back, and the headshot onto Flacco will at least make this a 1 versus 2. He's got the bomb, and he's got information. He's got ideas. He's gonna head his happy ass very quickly over toward that B-bomb site. Vegas on 12 HP is going to be a very soft target, and maybe he'll try to outthink them. Going in through underpass as the flank comes in from Vegas. This round is going to become weird. 30 HP on this final T player. 50 seconds remaining on the round. Bright, though, has the read and flattens him as he emerges. Raisedbypixels. It's taken a while. 5 rounds for Festina Lente, but they've finally changed hands. 5 in a row for Festina Lente before Raisedbypixels are able to win 1. It's a good sign for Festina Lente, but now the op comes out for Vegas. That's where a lot of... Oh, he missed the jump. Or maybe he wasn't looking to jump up to window. Now this time, it does look like we're going to get a proper A execute out of Festina Lente, which they haven't really done yet, outside of up against the pistols. So the... might not be a precedent here set for Raisedbypixels to expect this. Michael Wecky going to get out in front of the smoke, and there's 3 players on the site to try and stop this push. Has to go huge. Oh, both players looking into under. Michael Wecky with 2 and Vegas as well. Gamble trades 1 back, but it's a 2 versus 4 as Festina Lente take the A-bomb site. Amble looking for these players inside of CT. That cuts the amount of utility that Festina Lente have to hold for this retake down to such a small amount. And if Frizzy tries to walk into CT, she doesn't. The Molotov is enough to force back the players. It will allow Festina Lente to at least get this bomb planted. Frizzy just util after util to try and soften up these CT players. He's going to walk in through the smoke. This is dangerous. This is scary. But he's found 2. He needs the 3rd. He's got it. Frizzy with 3. And that leaves Flacco alone. If he can complete the 4K, this would be huge, but he can't. Ridiculous, but Flacco denies him, and Raised by Pixels will start to mount a comeback. 3-5. So very close. Hello. Hello from the US. That'll leave Festina Lente with 1 more full buy left in the tank. Raised by Pixels, adapting well. It's been a slower pace the last few rounds for Festina Lente, so some very good reads coming in, allowing Raised by Pixels to thrive. This time, A site going to be abandoned, but it's already started off poorly. Attila and Vegas, 2 for the side of Raised by Pixels, shrivel away Festina Lente. 3 versus 5 on the offense, and bomb has been left towards middle. Ooh, the op misses for Vegas, but nade sent back towards CK. Right, not expected either. Frizzy trying to sneak out ladder, but Attila is ready for him. And this time, Raised by Pixels, well, very nearly all going to survive. Good exit, but Flacco ready. Tracks him down. Raised by Pixels, mounting a very real comeback, a very scary comeback for Festina Lente. Round number 10, and it's pistols for the T side. Very keen time to trade momentum back here. Very keen time to take a little bit of the wind, put a little bit of the wind back in your sails. Attila spots the 2 players on Cat. Great damage to Frizzy. Finished off by Michael Wecky, but the Tech 9's out of apartments. Managed to grind through a couple here. 2 versus 3 for Festina Lente. Attila hunting on Cat for the player in ladder. Can't quite find him. Bomb is dropped on the site as well. Oh, that's the op spotted. Very scary peek. Vegas, though, now knows, and there's enough players remaining. Pistols are shut down by Raised by Pixels. Both teams on very long strings of rounds. 4 in a row for Raised by Pixels. How are you going to feel, though? Getting up to 5 on your T side, only to ending on 5-7. That definitely a sore spot for Festina Lente. I mean, Raised by Pixels are showing that they really do have a lot more than I think you might expect from a team that went 2-2 in playoffs. For advanced, they're playing this fairly well. Changing up the pace when needed. The calling has been, honestly, one of the best parts. And they happen to miss a few things, they readjust, and it's just come out perfectly. But this time, Festina Lente charging out of apartments. A quick trade, but everyone but Raised by Pixels is here. Michael Wecky with 2. Frizzy trades 1 back and the second to even things out, but Flacco rips him right back. And now Fruit Cup all alone on the A site. everybody on the other side of the map with the bomb. 45 seconds. He might find the backstab here. Don't know if they're going to expect Fruit Cup to be off in another zip code like he has been. This could be huge. Spots the player up inside of garbage. But now Vegas knows. There's only one place left. AWP trained on the bomb. Waiting for this AK to emerge from market. 25 seconds left on the round. Fruit Cup collects the bomb. Is he just going to leave? He is. 20 seconds. That's enough time to make it to the A bomb site and get the bomb down and leave Vegas in the dust. Vegas going to set up for the cross. Oh, one chance to try and stop him, and the flick shot connects. Vegas will secure the lead for Raised by Pixels. Thank you to everybody that's hitting that follow button, by the way. Timeout for Festina Lente, and again, a big thanks to everybody that's dropped by the stream. I know we happen to be on HLTV tonight. I know that this is going to be one of the games where people are probably watching not because they're interested in the teams or the players or the streamer, but because they want to see if their gambling hit. And to those of you that are behaving well in chat, I do appreciate it. If you haven't hit the follow button and you are enjoying the casting, consider hitting the follow button and coming back for fun. You know, I stream a lot of games. I do a lot of casting. I'm trying to get better at it. So, whether you're here for the players or the teams, or just because you have some skin in the game, I appreciate you dropping by. With that said, we get into the final round of the half. And it is a defaulty round from Festina Lente. Tons of utility coming out of Raised by Pixels, forcing them to play this one slowly. It's worked out very well already. Michael Wecky playing that connector to a T. He's made sure that this is his toll booth. He's not letting anything by for free. Fake execute out onto the A bomb site. Bomb's not here, but Fruit Cup looking to maybe try and fool Raised by Pixels into an early rotation. Oh, CK gonna meet a player on the other side of the smoke with his knife out. Maxwell with the kill on the Galil, but can they recover from that? Flacco cuts down 2 on the approach from Cat. And very quickly leaves Gamble all alone in the 1 versus 3. Flacco with a triple to close out the half. 7-5 for Raised by Pixels. Coming from behind, that pistol round +6. And it all comes down to one final half. Who will make it out of quarterfinals to the semifinals of Crossfire Season 5? It's going to be a very fast pistol towards B for Raised by Pixels, but Frizzy looking to stop this one in its tracks. It's not going to happen. Attilo with 2. Frizzy and Maxwell sidelined, and that bomb is going down. 3 versus 4 for the retake for Festina Lente. CK not tracking fast enough means Vegas will come out on top. Now it looks like it's all falling apart for Festina Lente. They really needed this CT side pistol. Not only the bomb down, but looking at a loss. This half gets very scary in a hurry. Raised by Pixels secure the pistol. We'll have plenty of gas going into the second half of the final map. You like the kiss in the smoke? Yeah. Oh, that's a great nade to open up the round onto the mid players. Raised by Pixels get buffeted. Shouldn't matter too much against the pistols, but you really never know where that deagle is going to surprise you. Everybody moseys back over toward the A-bomb site. Ooh, CK in a sneaky spot here, but the shot not on his side. That is the info that Festina Lente need. 3 players to challenge these 5 that are going to overcome this A-bomb site. A lot of SMGs to chew through these players. Frizzy, oh my goodness, with 2. Gamble with one of his own. Maxwell left in the 1 versus 2. This feels winnable. It's a USP, but neither of these Raised by Pixels players is going to be looking his way. Just kills Michael Wecki at the very tail end of the bomb plant. That will give the round away as Attila, easy headshot with the AK. And Raised by Pixels, 9-5. Now, if there were ever a time to come alive for Festina Lente... Oh, it's a tech pause. Oh, it's a tech pause. Why the tech pause now, of all times? Well, while we're waiting, I can give you the VRS impacts of this game, because I think both teams have VRS at this point. No, it's saying on HLTV, Raised by Pixels are currently sitting at unranked. And Festina Lente are 193. So, I mean, winning this game would put Raised by Pixels into a good spot for securing some VRS for themselves. Is a full buy, and is that... Do my eyes deceive me? Is there a decoy in the smoke top mid for Raised by Pixels? I think it is. It allows them to make their way out toward the B-bomb site very quickly, but Fruit Cup holding the cat. Going to at least start this one off with a kill. Good smoke stops Maxwell from getting involved, so it's going to have to be a lot of action from Fruit Cup while they wait for the smoke to fade. Vegas flattens Gamble. Ooh, Fruit Cup, though, still fragging out here. They're going to stop this. Full buy secured for Festina Lente. Raised by Pixels just taking a little bit too long on site and allowing too many of these CTs to rotate in. That'll give Festina Lente a little bit of breathing space. Scout bought up for Vegas, but the rest of the team on pistols. Oh, Flacco looking for this, but will be denied by Maxwell. Everybody's top mid. Fruit Cup looking for the shots. Headshot onto Vegas. And it is a mostly clean round for Festina Lente. They go without losing any players, so clean on that front at least. One last save. Hero rifle for Michael Wecki. With the rest of the team on pistols for Raised by Pixels. Man, that's hard to say. Pixels, pistols. Now they'll make their way out of Palace very quickly. Right into the wall that is CK, Gamble, Frizzy, Fruit Cup. Everybody on the A-bomb site. Says sayonara to Raised by Pixels. And put Festina Lente within punching distance of tying this one up. Raised by Pixels looking for the A site one more time. Michael Wecki looking to provide pressure towards mid. He's actually done a good job. The Festina Lente players pushed a few over towards mid, but Frizzy still out in front of these smokes. CK playing Firebox, just gets flattened from Palace. The off of Gamble, oh, only able to get Bright. before he's traded out, and that's going to leave the rest of Festina Lente rotating in. 3 versus 3 on the retake. Flacco boosted up. Molotov to hold them off for just another crucial second. Fruit Cup going to wander in through connector with nothing. A big wide swing. Very rewarding for Festina Lente. Leaves Vegas alone in the 1 versus 3. There's kits on the side of the CTs. Very winnable round now. Ooh, good catch, though. But not going to be enough for Vegas to prevent the defuse. So Festina Lente, 9-9. Yeah, so chat, there's the guy in chat that made me do this on my own stream with my own production and do this all myself instead of, you know, be on the cool mainstream. He told me I'm not good enough to be on the mainstream anymore. He's like, Floofies, you're a terrible caster. And I'm like, I know, but you don't have to say it. Ooh, and that's a good catch for Flacco. The big wide swing off mid. Right, securing one as well. This stalemate about to be broken by raisedbypixels. Flacco could go for the big wide swing, but Gamble will delete him off the server. Now they know where the op is holding court. Big rotation from Festina Lente. They all shift over toward the B-bomb site. That'll give a nice red carpet for raisedbypixels. No, you didn't say I'm the worst caster. It's okay, I already know. Four versus 3, and that A-bomb site is open for the taking, but CK looking to change that. Maxwell off Cat as well. Will make this one advantage for Festina Lente. And Attila down on 17 HP as well. This is gone from terrible to amazing for Festina Lente, and if they secure this round, they might just roll the rest of the game out from it. Big peek out of Michael Wecky, slow peek, but that's bomb down and Maxwell to round out the round. 10 for Festina Lente. Oh, one more set of rifles for raisedbypixels, and they start this one off strong. A 2-for-1 in connector. We've seen them fall from 2 versus 4 before, so nothing is set in stone. Definitely a positive sign for raisedbypixels if they want to tie this one up. But look at how far CK is diving into this. He's going to have players challenging from multiple directions, and he's going to rely on his flicks. And he will be let down. Flacco out of Palace will cut him a new one. Leaves Frizzy and Maxwell in a 2 versus 4. Exactly what we saw last round. Are they going to go for the retake? They've got the money on Festina Lente. They take an attempt. Connector mollied off. That's the HE. Opens up the smoke for Maxwell. Now 2 versus 3. Not a lot of utility left. Frizzy will throw the last little bit. That means it's guns out for the rest of this, but Bright sends both players to the Shadow Realm. As raisedbypixels will tie this one back up at 10. What is Crossfire? Crossfire is a new league. Well, new-ish. It's season 5, but it's a league that's been... you know what? I'll just go into what is Crossfire at the end of the game. 10-10, all tied up at the end of the game here. It's going to be a fast A hit from raisedbypixels. CK watching Palace could keep Michael Wecky off of this, but the Tetris players have already made their way out. Spotted the barrel on the Palace. Kill for Attila. Gamble trades one back, but it's not enough to keep the man advantage for Festina Lente. Now this op has so much work to do. Smoke onto CT means there's nothing to hold. Look at the HP, though. Michael Wecky on 2. An HE or a stiff breeze would be enough for this, but there's not enough left in the tank for Festina Lente. Lose this one. $11-10. A save of 3 weapons for Festina Lente. Looking to prevent falling out from the quarterfinals, but raisedbypixels have so much to gain from this.
Terrorists win.
Just enough left in the tank for Festina Lente to afford one last buy, but it all comes down to this. Raisedbypixels with their feet on the driver, on the gas pedal. Charging ahead. Hop from Gamble misses. It's not how you're going to be opening up the round. Raisedbypixels going to take very fast control of mid. Smoke into window. Molly into connector. Smoke into connector. Nade for the response. A little bit of damage chipped off early. It's Michael Wecky to get things started for us. Headshot on the fruit cup through the smoke. Might be it. Michael Wecky is looking to close this one out. A double kill for himself. Taking mid control for Raisedbypixels. Gamble found as well. It's all falling to pieces for Festina Lente. Their motto, make haste slowly, but it's about time they made haste if they want to win this game. Gonna be 12-10. Not a whole lot Maxwell can do in the 1 versus 5. Best he can do is hold on to his weapon. He's being challenged from all over. Bomb collected for Attila. They take away this one gun, and the next round is going to be so difficult to try and battle back for Festina Lente. And this might be it, folks. 12-10. This is a desperation buy from Festina Lente. They've got 3 kits. That's a nice silver lining to it, but the rifles are not in their favor. The util is an unhealthy low amount. Again, when they're just losing the duels and the full buys, they're just being opened up like a can of beans. And it's Michael Wecky and Attila to look for this, but a big challenge in mid for the MP9s. Only got the 3, though. It's not going to be enough. Maxwell looking to try and answer for his teammates. 1 versus 2. Can he secure this? Looks like he's already about to be caught here. Bright spots him. The headshot will close this one out. 13-10 for Raisedbypixels. They move on to the semifinals. GG. Well done to Raisedbypixels.